Hi, and welcome to Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And in today's video, I'd like to take a look at the up-and-coming production of Doctor Who. That is the forthcoming production by Russell T Davies, not the two dire specials that we're due to have foisted upon us with Jodie on the screen. Now, there's a couple of articles that I'd like to take a look at. One is more or less about the production. And then one is a little bit more critical in regards to if the show can be saved. And I think that the show can be saved. I really do. At the moment, you have the show is it's a coma. It's in a coma. It's a patient in a coma. It's on a hospital trolley. It's hooked up to life support. It's being given the barest minimum nutrition, and it isn't expected to make a recovery. But miracles can happen. And I think one of the miracles that needs to happen is that an actor of high caliber, high ability, with charm, and with a passion, is brought in and performs the life-saving surgery that this show needs. Now, what does it need? It's very simple. You get a charming, wonderful doctor. You get all politics and all identity removed from the stories. You go back to good old-fashioned stories. Base under siege, planet in trouble, save the universe from the Dalek, Cyberman / insert villain of the week. What we don't want is finger wagging and being told how awful we are for being white / male / British / insert ranted bigotry of the week. No, we need a family show devoid of finger pointing, devoid of division, devoid of hate for a group. And what we do need is entertainment. Get it back to that. Oh, and Murray Gold. We definitely need Murray Gold. The music of Murray Gold made the show. And when he left, literally the beating heart of the show left with him. So yes, the patient can be saved. And there's not many actors currently around who I think could do the role that we need at this time. There's many good actors that can play the Doctor, don't get me wrong, but actors that need to come in to perform a miracle and save the show, there's not many. My personal choice would be Michael Sheen. I've posted a video earlier about this. I think Michael Sheen would be just absolutely the best actor for the role. I do hope he takes it. And I know that there's speculation about this. Not just from me. I am speculating, of course, but it would be absolutely superb if Michael Sheen did it. But we will find out in due course. But I will put myself down into the corner as usual. And we will take a look at this first article, which comes from the Radio Times. So let me go down there. Okay, so here we go. Headline: Russell T Davies teases start of new Doctor Who production. Is the next stage of Doctor Who about to begin? We do hope so. While we still have a couple more episodes left of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who tenure, many fans are already looking ahead to the next era. The real fans are. With ex-series boss Russell T Davies taking over the show once more to cast a new Doctor for its 60th anniversary. And we desperately need that new Doctor. Oh, God. The one joy is that Jodie won't be there for the 60th. She's gone. She's not the Doctor over the 60th. And now, in some small way, it seems like that new dawn may already have begun. You see, in a new Instagram post, Davies has shared a photo of himself at Wolf Studios. This is the production home of Doctor Who for his upcoming run on the BBC sci-fi series. Cue fan excitement. theorising and speculation about whether the next Doctor will be in the building this very week. Of course, we shouldn't get too carried away. Well, it's very easy to get carried away because we've been so underwhelmed for, 5 years now with the worst Doctor ever, with the worst stories ever, with the worst production team ever. I mean, I've watched 1960s black and white boring episodes that have given me more joy than anything that's come out in the last 5 years. For now, it's unclear whether this is just an early meeting with the Bad Wolf team, which is run by his old Who collaborators Julie Gardner and Jane Tranter, or a more tangible part of production. And it could be some time before filming properly begins on any new episodes. It will be quite some time. In the magic world of television, you don't just get a group of actors together, throw them in a room and say, act. The pre-prod is immense. You've got to scout locations, you've got to scout the right actors, you've got casting, you've got costumes to design. This is all after you've actually hired writers who've spent time writing the stories, and then been edited and then looked over, then re-edited for budgets, because you don't just get a story edited for pacing or for content. They have to budget, they have to logistics. There's several edits. You could have a story that's an absolutely fantastic story, but you don't have the budget to make it because it's a television episode and not a £200 million Hollywood feature film. So you'll get it edited for budgetary reasons. Then you'll look at the filming locations. So it'll be edited for logistics because, we might need to do 6 weeks, location work. That's never going to happen. You get 3-4 days location work, maybe. It's a big process. I've written a script, and even on the day of filming, you're still script writing on the fly because of events that happen. So you've got that long period of getting the scripts in and getting the scripts makeable. Then once you get to that point, then it's all the pre-production with everything else that you need. But anyway, moving on. Still, given that rumours have suggested filming on the 60th and specials may begin this spring, not filming. No way are you filming in the spring. It certainly seems possible that Davis is in Cardiff for more in-depth work ahead of filming in a matter of weeks. A comment from Doctor Who's official Instagram account also hints that this may be a significant visit. So perhaps we'll be seeing some more official announcements in due course. It may well be significant, but it doesn't mean it's productive. Though perhaps it doesn't matter that much either way, even if it is just a quick visit, it's a signal to Whovians everywhere that the next age of modern Who is beginning. And we cannot wait. We cannot wait to put this period to bed. To bed? No. We cannot wait to dig a trench and bury this period of Doctor Who. Unmarked, a long way away, unloved, and never mentioned again. Indeed, I personally think that the only way forward would be at the next regeneration. You get Capaldi back, you refilm his regeneration going into the new Doctor. The new Doctor does a little shake of the head and goes, "My God, that was weird. I just dreamt that I'd regenerated into a woman. Thank God that never happened." And then completely devolve the character of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor into a fever dream, and it never happened, and she ceases to be the Doctor because she never was. And all that awfulness that happened never happened. So this is Hugh Fullerton speaking. I've been friends with Russell since I was blessed to work with him on the 2015 Channel 4 drama Cucumber, and I remember him saying to me, "Doctor Who is a full-on show, but enjoy it, enjoy the ride." Obviously he enjoyed the ride so much he's bought another ticket. In fact, he's bought the theme park, so now he can go on all the rides. I think that's brilliant. And Bad Wolf, wow, what a success story. Yeah, it really is. I mean, he is basically handed the complete production rights to Doctor Who. No input from the BBC. It's his baby to make as he will. And it immediately is bought out by Sony. So now we're getting Sony Who. And Sony are not woke. Sony do things like Spider-Man, and where Marvel went down the line of going woke and identity and lose money, Sony went, yeah, screw that. Spider-Man, not one bit of woke in Spider-Man. Oh, where is it now? It's getting close to $2 billion, something like that. Go woke, go broke. Sony said, no way, Jose. So, yeah, there we go. It's looking good. But as I say, the production probably isn't going to hit the screens until the 60th anniversary. I think it's probably going to open with the new Doctor. And as mentioned before, we need that excellent character. But we're going to shift across now to another piece, this time by Screen Rant. Doink, here we go. This is a sort of an opinion piece by Mark Donaldson, published 2 days ago at the time of making this video. I don't know why I didn't pick this up. I do drop in and out of Screen Rant quite a lot. But they are saying that Matt Smith and David Tennant cannot save Doctor Who. Now, of course, Matt and David have both been invited back to do the 60th. And I believe both have accepted. They've proved to have an on-screen chemistry very akin to the second and third Doctor. Now, John Pertwee and Patrick Troughton, in the Three Doctors, they maintained a bit of a rivalry. It came across on screen, and it was magnificent. And they kept that that rivalry. It was faux rivalry, but they were the very best of friends. But they maintained that sort of faux rivalry when they went to conventions and things. And that kind of chemistry only comes from people who are very good at what they do and have done it for a long time and are comfortable with sharing. And both Pat Troughton and John Pertwee, they were old hands. They'd been around. They'd worked. They'd tread the boards. I mean, they'd come up the hard way. Both come up through the war, of course. But I think they were both naval, top of my head. But anyway, so they. Oh no, Pat was naval. I'm thinking of the Navy Lark, which was John Pertwee. I think John Pertwee was actually military intelligence. Might have been naval intelligence, but. Yeah, I know Pat Troughton served on the Hood. Fortunately not when it got blown up. Otherwise we would never have seen him. But again, I digress. I keep doing this. I go off at tangents. But yes, let's read this Screen Rant piece. Chris Chibnall's era has been fixated on mythology. No, it hasn't. It's been fixated on identity politics and hate. But the potential return of David Tennant and Matt Smith only feeds into this nostalgic obsession. Yes, because people are nostalgic for the good times. Member berries, because they all go, remember when Doctor Who was good? Yes, we do. It was when those two were in it. And to be fair, even early Capaldi's were good. It got a bit meh at the end. A couple of exceptions. But anyway. Rumours persist that both Matt Smith and David Tennant will be returning to Doctor Who for next year's 60th anniversary, but they can't save the series from its biggest issue. Chibnall. The 50th anniversary of Doctor Who was a big deal, with a weekend-long celebratory convention in London and a global simulcast on TV and in cinemas. Alongside the anniversary special, The Day of the Doctor, there were new documentaries, a comedy special featuring past Doctor actors Peter Davison, Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy, and the announcement of 2 new Doctors in the form of John Hurt and Peter Capaldi. The cherry on the top of the anniversary cake was the return of Tom Baker as an enigmatic future version of the Doctor. 2013's 50th anniversary year was, appropriately enough, a celebration of the past, present and future of Doctor Who. The 50th anniversary was also the culmination of almost 10 years of storytelling in showing the truth of what happened on Gallifrey's supposed final day. Stephen Moffat closed the book on the Time War mythology, first introduced in 2005. And I think he did it brilliantly well. I know there's some people that were critical of it. Actually, I loved it. Personally thought it was brilliant. I liked the story arc. They did bring the story arc to a satisfying conclusion. Gallifrey ends no more. Cleverly done. and of course to have the doyen of Who, the senior Who now, Tom Baker, the great Tom Baker, was exceptional. A decade after Doctor Who's return to television was announced, in the 40th anniversary year, the series was reinventing itself again, looking towards the future. In 2014, Stephen Moffat and Peter Capaldi, both fans of the series since childhood, embarked on 3 seasons that broke down and rebuilt the character of the Doctor. By the time Peter Capaldi handed the TARDIS key over to the first female Time Lord, Dr. Jodie Whittaker, there was fertile ground to do something new. Yes, and then they salted the earth, burnt it, destroyed it, and made sure nothing would ever grow on it again. And then cancelled the fans and destroyed the fandom, and all the merchandise disappeared off shelves because hate, division, finger pointing, finger wagging, lectures. Doctor Who Season 11 took audiences into territory previously unexplored by its 21st century incarnation. Yeah, bad territory. Here be dragons. But the Chris Chibnall era soon developed a detrimental fixation on mythology and a detrimental fixation on division and identity politics. Less than 7 years after the 50th anniversary triumphantly restored the Time Lord homeworld, it was once again cinders and ash by the end of Season 12 opener Spyfall. Of course, because he can only destroy, he cannot create. If that wasn't bad enough, the introduction of Joe Martin as a previously unknown incarnation of the Doctor further emphasised the feeling that Doctor Who had become a greatest hits compilation. And the return of David Tennant and Matt Smith would only feed into this nostalgic obsession. No, it wouldn't. They would be the linchpin to launch again, because people go, yeah, I remember when it was good. Let's hope that those two coming back will make it good again, instead of the pile of utter steaming shit it has become. Anyway, moving on. The potential for Matt Smith to also return as the 11th Doctor should go some way to offset this problematic optic, but it doesn't fix the fundamental issue. For a show that can go anywhere, Doctor Who is disappointingly obsessed with revisiting his past. This is true. But then you have a time machine and you go to the past a lot. The bold mythology shifting reveal in Series 12 finale was inspired by the 44-year-old serial The Brain of Morbius. Yes, but it's rubbish. It's rubbish and it's wrong. And the production team at the time said it was wrong. Stop changing things because you can't create anything new, chin balls. Anniversaries should pay tribute to the past while committing to the future. Yes, they should. And a multi-doctor story is an obvious way of doing that. Yes, but not with bad doctors, eh? Let's keep Jodie out of it. Blah, blah, blah. It goes on. It's basically saying we need to move forward, stop regurgitating the past. I quite agree. We need to go forward, but we need to go forward from a strong base. Jodie is not a strong base. Jodie is a rotting corpse. Anyway, I'm going to come up and we'll round this off. Yeah, so there you have it. 2 pieces. One optimistic about the future and one not so optimistic and tending more to the past. The Doctor would be proud, I suppose. But I think the fine line between them should be there. We can't be too optimistic because, as I've said, we're not probably going to see any new Who until the 60th anniversary is around. But on the other hand, they do have a point about over-fixating on things that have gone before. However, when you have a broad base foundation like Doctor Who does, 60 years of foundation, you should be able to use that and build upon it. But to go back to a specific moment in a 44-year-old episode and then nitpick one tiny thing, which at the time the production team said was wrong, and then use that to build, I mean, that you're not building new things that are good. You're building it's a cancer. It's a tumour. You're creating a tumour. When you take something bad and wrong and build on it, and that's all Chinball has done throughout his tenure. He's looked at the bad. And one knows that he absolutely hates the show and wants it destroyed. And he's almost done it. But I think the new Who, whoever should be, does have a chance. They have a fighting chance to save it. Whether they do or not is down to them. And like I say, hopefully Michael Sheen will step up to the plate. But you never know. My phone is going. I should have turned that off. Maybe new Who is old Who. Maybe David Tennant is going to regenerate again and play himself again. It's intriguing to know. And I do have one wish list item, and that is that Russell T Davies manages to convince Tom Baker to come back for the 60th. And let's be honest, it could well be the very last time we see him in the role. I don't wish ill of him, but he's very old now and increasingly frail. But even if he did a William Hartnell and was just seen sort of sitting in a chair, trapped in a time eddy, I think it would be nice. I think it would be very good to have Tom Baker back for one last one. And I think Colin Baker as well. A very distant, unloved by many Doctor. And I've mentioned before, personally, I like him. There's much that they can do. And it's up to them to do it. So I wish them well. Anyway, if you like what you see and hear on this channel, please hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. Ring the bell for notifications, leave a like, and definitely leave a comment. We read them and we enjoy them. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, goodbye.